Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is WireDogSec back with another video for you guys. Today's video, we are in TryHackMe. This is Cybersecurity 101 learning path. This is Security Solutions module. This is IDS Fundamentals. Learn the fundamentals of IDS along with the experience of working with Snort. Hopefully you're all ready to learn something today, so let's go ahead and dive into it. Task 1. What is an IDS? In the previous room, Intro to Firewalls, we studied the role of a firewall, a security solution usually deployed on the boundary of a network to protect its own incoming and outgoing traffic. The firewall checks the traffic when a connection is going to take place and denies it if it violates the firewall rules. However, there should be some security to detect the activities of the connection that pass through the firewall and have already taken place. So if an attacker successfully bypasses the firewall via a legitimate looking connection, and then performs any malicious activities inside the network, there should be something to detect it timely. For this purpose, we have a security solution inside the network. The security solution is known as a intrusion detection system, or IDS for short. Think of an example of a building security. A firewall acts as the gatekeeper, checking the people coming in and out. There is always a chance that some bad actor will successfully sneak inside and start performing malicious activities. He was missed at the gate, but what if we catch him even after he gets in? This can be done with surveillance cameras present throughout the building. The IDS plays the role of surveillance cameras. It sits in a corner, monitors the network traffic based on its signature and anomaly-based detections, and detects any abnormal traffic going outside or inside the network. Upon every detection, an alert is generated for the security administrators. IDS does not act on those detections. It only notifies the security administrators about the malicious activity. And here's an example in this graphic here. All right, let's see here. This room will equip you with sound knowledge of IDS solutions. In the upcoming tasks, we will also explore the most popular open source IDS solution, learning objectives, types of IDS, and their detection capabilities, working Snort IDS, defaults and custom roles in Snort IDS, making a custom role in Snort IDS. Can an intrusion detection system IDS prevent the threat actor or the threat actor it detects it? Yes, it can. No, it does not, because remember, it's just text on things. IDS, if it was an IPS, which is an intrusion prevention system, then yes, it would prevent it as well as detect it. Task number 2, types of IDSs. IDS can be categorized differently depending on certain factors, and IDS's main categorization depends on its deployment and detection modes. Deployment modes. IDS can be deployed in the following ways: host intrusion detection systems, known as HIDS or HIDS. Host-based IDS solutions are installed individually on the host and are responsible for only detecting potential security threats associated with the particular host. They provide detailed visibility of the host activities. However, host intrusion detection systems can be challenging to manage in large networks as they are resource intensive and require management on each host. Network intrusion detection systems, NIDS. Network-based IDS solutions are crucial in detecting potentially malicious activities within the whole network, regardless of any special or specific host. They monitor the network traffic of all the hosts involved to detect suspicious activities. It provides a centralized view of all detections inside the whole network, NIDS and HIDS. So there's examples of both there. Detection modes, there's quite a few here. You have signature-based IDS. Many attacks occur every day. Each attack has its unique pattern, which is known as a signature. These signatures are preserved by the IDS in their databases so that if the same attack happens in the future, it gets detected by its signature and reported to the security administrators for action. Right, so be sure to read through the rest here. And anomaly-based IDS, this type of IDS first learns the normal behavior, the baseline of the network or system, and performs detections if there are any deviation from the normal behavior. Anomaly-based IDS can also detect zero-day attacks because they don't rely on the available signatures for detections, but detect abnormalities inside the network or system by comparing the current state with the normal behavior baseline, etc., etc. So read the rest here. Hybrid IDS. Hybrid IDS combines the detection methods of signature-based IDS and anomaly-based IDS to leverage the strengths of each approach. Some known threats may already have some signatures in the IDS database. In this case, the hybrid IDS would use the detection technique of the signature-based IDS. If it encounters a new threat, it can leverage the detection method of anomaly-based IDS. So signature-based IDS can detect threats quickly, while other IDS can have a high processing overhead. However, it is also essential to consider the IDS based on several different factors. Signature-based IDS can be a good option for covering a small threat surface. Anomaly-based IDS can and hybrid IDS can help detect modern zero-day attacks, which are increasing daily and can cause massive damage to organizations. All right, so questions here. Be sure to answer the questions yourself and come back to the video if you get stuck. Okay, let's take a look here. Which type of IDS is deployed to detect threats throughout the network? All right, so if we go back up here, threats throughout the network, that's going to be this network intrusion detection system. So let's go and plug that one in there. And the next one says, which IDS leverages both signature-based and anomaly-based? Well, since it's using both of them, that's going to be the hybrid IDS as we read about up here. So let's go ahead and put this one in there. And number three, or task number three, IDS example with Snort. So let's take a look at this here. Snort is one of the most heavily or widely used open source IDS solutions developed in 1998. It uses signature-based and anomaly-based detection to identify known threats. They are defined in the rules, or these are defined in the rules files of the Snort tool. Several built-in rule files come pre-installed in the tools package. These built-in files contain a variety of known attack patterns. Snort's built-in rules can detect a lot of malicious traffic for you. However, you can configure Snort to detect specific types of network traffic that are not covered by default rule files. You can create custom rules based on your requirements to detect specific traffic. You can also disable any built-in detection rules if they don't point to harmful traffic for your system or network and define some custom rules instead. In the upcoming task, we will explore the built-in rules and make custom rules to detect specific traffic. And you have the modes of Snort here, packet sniffer mode, packet logging mode, and NIDS mode. All right, so here's a table that describes everything here. Packet sniffer mode. This mode reads and displays network packets without performing any analysis on them. The packet sniffer mode of Snort does not directly relate to IDS capabilities, but it can be helpful in network monitoring and troubleshooting. Use case, the network team observes some network performance issues. To diagnose the issue, they need detailed insights into the network traffic. For this purpose, they can utilize Snort's packet sniffer mode, packet logging mode. Snort performs detection on the network traffic in real time and displays the detections as alerts on the console for security administrators to take action. However, in some cases, the network traffic needs to be logged for later analysis. The packet logging mode of Snort allows you to log network traffic as a PCAP, standard package capture file, etc., etc. Use case: the security team needs to initiate a forensics investigation of a network attack. They would need the network traffic logs to perform the root cause analysis, etc., etc. And you have the network intrusion detection system mode. It says Snort's NIDS mode is the primary mode that monitors network traffic in real time and applies its raw files to identify any match to known attack patterns stored as signatures. If there is a match, it generates an alert. This mode provides the main functionality of an IDS system or solution. The security team must proactively monitor their network or systems to detect potential threats. They can leverage Snort's NIDS mode to achieve this. The most relevant use of Snort as an IDS comes from NIDS mode. However, Snort can be used in any of the modes depending upon the requirement. You can do quite a few things here based on whatever mode you have set for it. Some questions here, so be sure to pause the video, answer these questions, come back to the video. All right, let's take a look. Which mode of Snort helps us to log the network traffic in a PCAP file? Well, that sounds like packet logging mode, which we just read about here. All right, so we'll plug that one in there. What is the primary mode of Snort called? Well, we read that it's going to be this network intrusion detection system mode. Okay, so let's go ahead and copy and paste that. That appears to be the bread and butter of Snort. All right, so we're going to take a look at task number 4 here, Snort usage. I'm going to go ahead and start the machine, and then we're going to come back to the video once it starts up. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Be sure to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Once you subscribe, be sure to hit that notification bell. All right, so you know every time I post a new video. As you can see here, most people that view my videos, view my channel, are not subscribed. Now, if you do subscribe, it will help me get into the YouTube algorithm so that we can continue to grow our glorious community here. As always, thank you all for taking the time to watch. Have a nice day and enjoy the video. Task 4, Snort usage. During Snort installation, you must provide your network interface and range. You can run Snort normally, where it only captures the traffic intended for your host. However, if you want to use Snort to capture and detect intrusions in your whole network, you must turn on the promiscuous mode of your host network interface. All right, so I've already powered on the machine. Follows these instructions here to turn on the machine and show split screen or split view. Snort has some built-in rule files and configuration file and other files. These are stored in the etc snort directory. The key file for Snort is its configuration file, which is snort.conf, where you can specify which rule files to enable and which network range to monitor and enable other settings. The rule file are stored in rules folder. Let's use the ls command to list down all the files and folders present in Snort's main directory. So if you want to do that, so you can do ls on that particular location. So we're just going to follow along. There we go. We have various different files in here. There's the snort.conf file there. Rule format. Now let's discuss how rules are created in Snort. There's a specific way of writing the rules. Following is a sample rule that would detect ICMP packets, usually used when you ping a host coming from any IP address and port and reaching the home network. The network range is defined in Snort's configuration file to any port. Once such traffic is detected, it generates ping detected alerts. All right, so they're going to explain everything that's in this graphic here, but we can take a look at a little snapshot of it here. So you have the alerts or the action here, protocol, source IP, source port, etc., etc. So it's seems pretty straightforward to read through. The details of the components involved in this rule are given below. So you have the action. This specifies which action to take when the rule triggers. In this case, we have the action to alert when the traffic matches the rule. You have protocol. This refers to the protocol that matches this rule. In this case, we use the protocol ICMP, which is used when you ping a host, host IP. This determines the IP from which the traffic is originating. Since we want to detect traffic from any source IP, we set this to any, and you have the rest here: source port, destination IP, destination port, rule meta, data, um, and inside of there you have message, signature ID, rule revision. So be sure to read through all these here. Pause the video if you need to. Talk about rule creation. Let's paste the sample rule explained above into the custom local.rules file in the snort rules directory. Firstly, open the local.rules file in a text editor. All right, so let's go ahead and do that here. Okay, awesome. Now add the following rule after the one already present in the rules file. So we're doing alert ICMP any um, coming back to the local box here, any, et cetera, et cetera. Or sorry, the local, coming back to the local network here. It's 127.0.0.1. It appears to be. So let's go ahead and add this line in here. If I can paste. Okay, it looks good to go. All right. So rule testing. Oh, it's okay. Once you successfully edit the file, Control X and Y. Yes, save it. Done. Rule testing. Let's first start the snort tool to detect any intrusions defined in the rule file. For this, we have to execute the following command with sudo privileges, which I've already done here. In case your loopback interface is not called low, replace it with the correct interface. So make sure that's fixed in here. And this is the area they're talking about here where it says low. As this rule is designed to alert us on any ICMP packets to our loopback address, let's try to ping our loopback address to see if the rule works. So let's go ahead and do that here. We're just going to open up a new tab and make this a little bit bigger. Paste this over. Okay, there we go. And as you can see, there goes the alerts. So let me go ahead and stop this. Okay. The screenshot below shows the snort generated loopback ping detected alert when we ping the host loopback IP. This means that our rule is working fine. All right. And we have the same results, right? So we can see that loopback ping detected. Running snort on PCAP files. We saw how snort can be used for intrusion detection on real-time traffic. However, you may sometimes encounter a scenario where you have to use hysterical network traffic logged in a file, and you have to perform a forensic investigation to determine any signs of intrusions through that traffic. This traffic is usually logged in the standard packet capture format, PCAP. Snort is also equipped to perform detections on these PCAP files containing historical network traffic. The following command with sudo privilege can be used to perform this action. So if you want to run that, it says replace the task .pcap file with the path of the pcap file for analysis. All right, so we're going to use this. Make sure to follow the directions here. We have questions down here, so be sure to go through questions and then come back to the video and we'll go through them. All right. Okay, so let's take a look here. So where's the main directory of the Snort directory of Snort that stores its files? And we saw that if we scroll back up here, we can see that it's in this etc snort directory. So that should be our answer. Go back down here. Which field in the snort rule indicates the revision number of that rule? And if we go back to where they're talking about the different areas here, we can see that's this rev or rule revision area. This appears to be what they're looking for here. So we're going to type in rev. Which protocol is defined in the sample rule creating the task? Well, that was ICMP for ping. What is the file name that contains the custom rules for snort? And if we look up here, it should be this one here. So let's paste the example rule explained above into the custom local.rules file. So this should be the answer for that one. Let's go and plug it in and see. There we go. Task number 5, practical lab. Exercise. Scenario. You are a third-party forensic investigator. A company contacts you to investigate a recent attack on their network. They handed over a PCAP file named intro to IDS.pcap, which contained the network traffic captured during the attack. Your task is to run snort on this PCAP file and answer the questions given in the task. Note, the PCAP file intro to IDS.pcap is placed in the etc snort directory. You have to change your directory to etc snort and run the PCAP analysis command on that new PCAP file the same way we did in task 4. Okay. And let me go ahead and get out of this here. All right. So go ahead and go navigate to that directory and then try to answer these questions yourself and then come back to the video. What is the IP address of the machine that tried to connect to the subject machine using SSH? Well, first off, we're going to copy and paste from task number 4, the last area they had talked about where you need to run snort on the PCAP file. We're going to cap everything out of here and replace the file name with the correct file name. Okay. As you can see here, I have that out here, and the correct file name is going to be this intro to IDS.pcap, and I'm piping it into more to make it more um, human friendly to read through. There's probably a lot of stuff in this file, but as you can see here, let's take a look. This is what is the IP address of the machine that tried to connect using SSH, and you can see that it's going to be this 10.11.90.211 IP address is what we're looking for here. So let's go ahead and copy this out and paste it over. This is what other rule message besides the SSH message is detected in the PCAP file. So let's scroll down, SSH, and all right, we finished it out. And looks like the other one in here is going to be this ICMP. So it's going to be ping detected is what we're looking for here. So copy and paste this over. And this last one says, what is the SID of the rule that detects SSH? So if we look at one of these SSH rules here, we can see the SID is this here. So we're going to copy this over like so, and that should be it. So we're done with this IDS fundamentals room. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel with the notification bell. Comment below your thoughts and opinions on the video, information shared. As always, thank you for taking the time to watch my video. Have a nice day, and I will see you later.